Alrighty, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Thursday, February 29th, Leap Day. It is set by Boatman. I wonder if there will be any references to the leap years. Pastry base for Spooner's tinned meat. So I'm not sure how I feel about the Spoonerism clues, but I think they're a bit of fun. Tinned meat, I presume, is the phrase, or we're going to think of synonyms for those and then spoonerize them to get a pastry base. Oh, I don't know what you would call a pastry base in something, but I'm thinking canned something, which, like canned ham, would become hand cam. Yeah, and then a four-letter word could be something A and D. Let me pause and run through the alphabet to try and think what the second word for meat might start with to get a and, band, canned type sound. So let's see what I can find. Well, I got down to sand and tan, but then thought of stand. So it might actually be the second word and thought of, oh, of course, a pastry base is simply pastry. Well, maybe there is a name in some recipes for what you call that, but I'm thinking maybe it's more of a base for what you put the completed pastry on, and that could be a cake stand, which Spooner would call steak canned. So it is a little misleading to put the two words in this order when really it's meat that is tinned comes first. Anyway, I'm happy with that. Ooh, another cake related type of cake. That's a hit. I wonder if it maybe starts with A followed by a word for hit. What's a type of cake in 5 letters? Eccles is 6. Bunt. Oh, bunt, of course. And I just had some little mini bunt cakes at the weekend, and they are delicious. We have a chain here in my area, Nothing Bunt Cake, and they are very delicious. So I think that's it. Bunt, of course, bunt is more often used in the US in baseball, a bunt, but I suppose it's a hit all around the world. Oh, actually, I'm seeing there's a lot of pastry, cake. Not completely, but and there's pastry. Nothing over here. Oh, there we have buns and cakes. So yeah, there does seem to be a theme today from Boatman. All right, showed cops note in pastry case by journalist. Well, journalist is, I think, 9 times out of 10, maybe even higher, going to be ed. So I think the definition is going to be showed, displayed. Let's put it in, because I can see DI would be detective inspector, and maybe the S is part of cops, it's DIs. And then when ed is the journalist at the end. Note in pastry case. Pastry case are the P and the Y, and la is a note in do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. So there we go. Pastry for tea, you say. Made with cunning, missing topping. Well, I'm thinking it's missing topping sounds like wordplay, so maybe it is a pastry, and that is four. That word will get you also. T, you say, just might be the letter T. Made with cunning. I'm thinking an anagram of made, but missing topping. Is made missing? So you just anagram ADE. Or is it missing the topping? Maybe it's the first letter of missing. Oy, oy, oy. Yeah, I think I'm going to need some letters for that. Let me try some of these downs. Somewhat like judo master's pastry. Oh my goodness. I really need to brush up on my pastries. Danish fit. Oh, yes, this is very punning. Hence the question mark. So Danish is a pastry, and a judo master. I think as you get your belts, you become a Dan. So Danish, perhaps somewhat like. Yeah. Unboxed item, import, sale, material. Well, this is our first non-pastry clue, I think. Unboxed item. Maybe unboxed is the definition. D something. Item, import, sale, material. No, I don't get that. He mapped the source of the Orinoco after raising one of London's hospitals. Do I need to know a London hospital? Probably. And is the answer some explorer who really did map the source of the Orinoco? That would seem a little obvious. But if it's somebody obscure, they may need to give us all of that information. But I'm trying to think of those South American explorers, Cortez, and can't think of them now. After raising. No, not getting it. Under canvas, reportedly getting saturated. Well, is intense too obvious? So although it looks like the reportedly homophone goes with getting saturated, I think it's under canvas. And I suppose if something is saturated like a color, it's intense. I can see that. Back to pastries. They're forbidden to eat. Buns filling in American cakes. I wonder if the definition is they're, well, maybe it's they're forbidden, like taboos. Or is it they're forbidden to eat people who are fasting? Oh, buns filling, I'm thinking, is going to be UN. And in American could be AUN. Doesn't seem right. it's not going to be the plural of bunt, is it? Bunts? Are they specifically American? I'm sure they're not. They're probably German in origin, maybe? American. What else could that be? No, I'm not seeing it. Questioning limits of action, awful yet ironic. Um, Limits of action, I think, are going to be the A and the N. Maybe. So maybe the definition is questioning. But then awful yet maybe could be an anagram of yet. Ironic. Maybe ironic is the definition. No, I'm not getting it. All right, let's try this one. Pastry for tea, you say, made with cunning. Oh, yeah, we looked at that one. All right, I'm losing it. Pastry made from short crust mix, seconds wasted, forgetting time and temperature. Well, yeah, seeing made from something mix makes you think of an anagram of that word, but short crust is 10 letters. However, it tells us seconds are wasted, so we remove the two S's and we remove the two T's. So what does that leave us? Let me write these down. We have an HORCRU, and that's going to be pastry. And we have the chorus is an anagram. Oh, no, it's not. Chorer. So, oh, churro. Yes, well, I should definitely know that. Living close to Mexico, churro. Excellent. All right. Does that help with my unboxed item? Import sale material. Could be a material. Does unboxed have a wordplay meaning, as in it's just the inside letters, the TE? Oh, I think it might be. And then import sale. Oh, I think we do the same with import and have MPOR and sale. So you unbox all three words in order, and material, temporal. I like it. So this is looking maybe like an explorer, but I just don't know. A London hospital. And who is this? I'm thinking ST. Could be a vowel. No, not seeing it. All right, let's go back to the crosses. Flaky pastry is displaying lack of density. I'm thinking pastry is 8 letters, could be an anagram. Beginning with S, lack of density. Let me work that one out on paper. Yeah, I worked out the ity ending, actually like density. So sparsity, I suppose, as in lack of density of population, for example. All right, boatman. Oh, of course, have to remember boatman is our setter. Returns with kilo of rock cake. That's interesting. Boatman, I mean, would be I, unless it's me, and then it's returns becomes EM. With kilo would be K. I wonder then if it's going to be a rock in the wordplay, and then the whole thing just means a cake. Which, of course, cake can also be a verb. I don't think it's going to be EMKL. That doesn't seem right. No. How about second rock cake is liable to produce vomit? Oh dear. Well, I wonder if it's going to be in with S for second. Is there some alternative to a rock cake, a bun, but is liable to produce? No, not getting that. Popular, small porker with head removed, close say, to wings. Oh my goodness. Popular is often in, and small is S. A porker, it could be a pig, but it could also be a lie with head removed. And then maybe it's a word for wings, maybe in biology, or the wings of some insect, or the wings of a building. No. Messages ending bygone custom via papyrus, yeah, plural of papyrus. Small progress. So I think this is one where we take the ending letters of all of these words and we get emails. All right. Steal quietly forward to get cake. Ah, yeah. Well, quietly is usually P, but steal quietly. Yeah, I don't know how we use steal and forward in wordplay where they only have, maybe. Oh, is there a cake ending in PF? There's something at the back of my mind. I know it seems, but maybe MPAF? No. No, that would just be an H, right? Well, we'll come back to it. Track and field where his cattle wander. Ah, so track and field, of course, athletics. So it's just a simple anagram. I think I'm helped by the fact we had athletics not too long ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. Boatman taken in by very much unknown type of cake. Here I think it might be the letter I inside very much. Could be V. And unknown can be X, Y, or Z. And a type of cake again. Taken in by, I wonder if it could be VI, something, something, and the Y for the unknown. Very much. Is there a Vichy cake? I know there was a Vichy government, but how would CH be much? I don't think it would be. Let me pause though and look up Vichy cake just in case. No, there doesn't seem to be such a thing as Vichy cake. So let me remove that. I did find a list of cakes on Wikipedia, but there really weren't many beginning with V. All right, so let's finish the acrosses. 6 against 1, humbled ultimately by head's clarity. Well, I'm thinking 6 VI versus 1, and clarity I think could be vivid, which is D is the last letter of humbled. Oh yes, and a head geographically is a ness. So that was a nice one to get. Let's try this bottom right corner. Voracious eater. Well, looking at the letters, I'm thinking of locust. And sure enough, it is a slice of phyllo custard. There we go. Let's try this one. Pastry with problematic calories. Not so. So I'm thinking its calories is 8 letters, but if you remove so, you get 6. So what have we left? CALRIE. All right, what is that? Let me pause and work that one out. Oh, of course, it's one of my favorite, an eclair. Chocolate, usually. All right, good pastry, short crust, leads to intense cramps of the stomach. I'm presuming it's going to be cramps of the stomach, but oh, so G for good, and then gastric. So I think it's of the stomach is the definition. So good pastry. Oh, I think in this case, short crust. That is, I think what they're trying to say is it is short of its crust or its outer letters. So it's just the ASTR. And then the leads to are the leading letters of intense cramps. Wow. Very tricky. Beginning to confess eating pastry. I think it's going to be another type of pastry. And it's going to be a word for eating after this beginning to confess is the C. Eating, of course, can be worrying. What is that pastry? Nothing is coming to me. Let me pause and think about it. There can't be too many options here, but I'm not thinking of one. And now I'm wondering if beginning is the definition, and it's a word for to confess going around pastry, which I think makes maybe more sense. Yeah, what would the short pastry be though in the middle? And then what's a word for beginning? No, not saying it. Let's go back to the other downs. They're forbidden to eat buns. They're forbidden. Maybe it's they're forbidden again to eat going around UN in American. Yeah, it's not seeing that yet. Or this one, no. All right, how about chai free to be served regularly here? Okay, we take the regular letters. Okay, we have cafe. If you take the odd letters from chai free, it doesn't really help 17, I think. The ends of a journey and not getting sickness, that's unusual. And that N may not be right. Yeah, let me get rid of those. I'm not sure anything about that. Let off steam, in consequence, rejecting leader. I presume it's a word for consequence without its first letter, and it's going to mean let off steam. I can only think of boil, but no, it must be something like rest or relax. Vent. I think event can mean the consequence in the event. Is that right? That would mean this is going to end in L something V, presumably VE. Oh, how about baklava? Is that a cake? Let me, yeah, well, let's just assume it is for now. Just kilo and lava? Oh, boatman is, in this case is not referring to him or herself. It's an able-bodied seaman, which is reversed with kilo and lava meaning rock. Whoa. It's molten rock, right? But I suppose it's still rock. All right. So now our ends of a journey and not getting sickness, that's unusual. Could it mean the ends, as in the aims, the whatever you're trying to achieve, with A being A, and then a word for journey, and not getting sickness. Oh, maybe could that be an anagram of not? But then where's the that's unusual seems more like the definition. Yeah. This one, I am now thinking with that ending, it is some zoological word for wings. Did we have something like this before? Popular, small, porker. No, not seeing it. All right, we looked at that one. Yeah, I think I'm going to pause here, maybe make myself some coffee, and then finish up. All right, I am back. I made my coffee, and in honor of the theme of the crossword, I had a couple of bites of a key lime cheesecake, and it was very delicious. All right, I looked again at 18 down, beginning to confess, and of course, beginning, the obvious synonym is starting, which has tart inside. I don't know why I didn't think of tart. And sing is to confess. So that's good. So the bottom right is pretty much done. It'd be nice to get our second rock cake is liable. So rock was lava in the previous one. Second rock cake is liable to produce vomit. So something like emetic, I suppose. Oh, could it be ending in sick? No, don't think so. All right, where to go? Let's try and find this one. I could look up Orinoco Explorer, but I think I'm going to look up a list of London's hospitals and see if I can see one that backwards is going to be. No, hold on. Before I do that, I realize, of course, uh, it's it's so easy to just read the surface and be taken in by it. The source of the Orinoco, of course, is O, which I think is this O, after raising one of London's hospitals. So I think it's going to be somebody who made maps, not necessarily an explorer. No, it still doesn't really help me, but yeah, I think I still need to see. Oh, there is Bart's. Is there somebody's Strabo? All right, so I will pause and look up Strabo. Yes, indeed. There was a Greek geographer, philosopher, historian, lived in Asia Minor, born around 64 BC, died around 24 AD. So, yeah, I mean, it's very obscure, I think, but I think it's fair because you can work it out from the wordplay. And is it St. Bart's or Bart's is a London hospital I've heard of, so it's not that obscure as far as the wordplay goes. All right. Yeah, it would be nice to get that, but this one, they're forbidden to eat buns filling in American cakes. I mean, could cakes in this for wordplay be the outer letters because they cake the word? No, I think I'm going to go ahead and reveal this one. Oh, donuts, of course. And I think they're specifically American because it's the American spelling. Um, let's see. They're forbidden as don'ts are forbidden. Buns filling is just simply the U. Oh, hold on. Bunt was wrong. Oh, I was so sure of that one, but obviously not. So, in American, buns filling, yeah, and then American cakes is the definition. Oh my goodness. So then what is type of cake that's a hit? Now I'm going to reveal that one. Pound, oh, pound cake, of course. Yeah, that was much simpler than I thought it was going to be. All right, how about questioning limits of action, awful yet ironic. Yeah, I still don't know which end is the definition. I mean, questioning limits could be the Q and the G, but that seems very unlikely. More likely, limits of action is AN. Then a word for, yeah, off, or maybe yet is anagrammed, but then ironic. No, I'm going to reveal this one. Analytic, like a questioning mind, and analytic. Limits of action was AN. Awful yet ironic. Oh, it's actually the limits of all four of these words. Oh, well, we had something similar with the insides. So this one goes as sort of the matching pair. Of course. Pastry for tea, you say, made with cunning, missing topping. No, I'm going to give up on that one. Tweel, I have no idea what that is. But I do see it's actually, I think, similar to what I said way back. The letter T, and then the word for cunning is guile, and then I'm missing the G. So tweel, if I'm saying that right, must be a pastry. Oh dear. All right. This might be seasick, maybe? Let me try that. Let's check it. It is correct. Well, liable to produce vomit must be the definition. Second would be the S, I think, but then how is EASICK rock cake? Is no, I'm not seeing the wordplay there. All right, just the bottom left, assuming I didn't make a mistake on anything else. The ends of a journey, not getting sickness, that's unusual. Now I'm going to reveal that one. Abnormal, of course. So how do we read the wordplay of this? Obviously, that's unusual is the definition. ends of a journey and not getting, I don't think it's the ending letters. Not getting. Oh, mal could be a sickness, maybe? No, I think I'm going to have to check 15 squared for this one, definitely. All right, I do think this began with IN. And then small porker with head removed. Close or close, say. So it might be. I wonder if it ends in NEA and in the English pronunciation of near, Nia, with the rhotic R. So then, what's another? Oh, I think then S. Oh, how about insignia? Well, let's try it. It is correct. I can see insignia being wings. INS. Oh, it is a pig without its head. Okay, I did not expect porker to be big. And then it is a homophone of near, NIA. Again, I filed my official protest over using a homophone with that rhotic R, but I'm sure my protest will be ignored as usual. All right. Oh, did I ever look at this one? I don't think so. Blended mince pie with rum. Well, blended certainly suggests an anagram, but so does mince. Yeah, I think it's going to be a word for blended, and we have to mince or anagram PIE with rum. Impure. For a change, I'm able to quickly spot the anagram. Now steal quietly forward to get cake. Oh. Well, I'm wondering if it could be crepe. That's a pancake. Well, still maybe a cake. Let's check it. It is correct. Steal quietly. So it's steal is to creep, but the P, which means quietly, is moved forwards in the word. And we get our crepe. And now boatman. Oh, how about fairy cake? I do remember those, excuse me, from my childhood. Although I don't remember exactly. I thought they were just like a sponge cake, maybe. So that would be I taken in, oh, very much is far, and Y is the unknown. So I did guess that part correctly. All right, there were quite a few I had to click the reveal button on today. Oh, let's check all. It looks like everything else is right. Just bunt was the only one I got wrong, or pound it should have been. All right, let's check 15 squared. All right, today's blog is by Peter O. I notice Peter O gives it a title, Just Desserts. I didn't see that on the Guardian site. Anyway, do I detect the hint of a theme? Oh yeah, I think so. Solve this in 4 quarters, anti-clockwise from the southeast. Struggle all the way, particularly with some unobvious but justifiable definitions. Oh, I notice Peter doesn't say thank you, boatman. Anyway, actually, I think there were only three that I didn't understand the wordplay. Well, 10, I understood it. I suppose I just didn't know this particular pastry. 17. Ah, charade of second plus e-sick. Oh my goodness. An anagram of cake is a rocket. Ah, I didn't pick up on that rock. I think because we had rock cake in the previous one. As I say, it's very hard to break up these words in our mind and think of them on their own. I think I got all of the other understood, I should say. And then on the excuse me, Towns 15. Ab, the ends of a journey, getting from A to B. Okay, and then nor is and not. I was right about mal being sickness, but I did not work out A, and from point A to point B would be the ends of a journey. That's a tricky one, I think. Let's see if there's any good comments. Churro was unfamiliar, so here's one where actually those living in the US have an advantage. Usually it's the other way around. Ooh, Tweel wasn't even in Wikipedia's extensive list of cakes. And then crepe, yeah. It is a pancake, yes. Enjoyed both of your posts, Jeff Down Under. Yeah, puzzle full of tasty delights. So what did Dr. Watson say? Consequence equals event. Yeah. All right. Well, that was a tricky puzzle, but actually not too bad. There were just a few at the end I had to reveal. All right. Thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day.